Authorizing. 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 Authorizing.
What is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in for episode 18 of Pinstripes Uncensored. You know who I am. I'm Chris, CK. That's my guy right there, Anthony, King of the Pinstripes. Always got Yankee gear on at the stadium. You know who he is. Anthony, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. We have motion. That's all I can say. We have motion. Yankees have motion. It's going to be a great time, a great finish. It's September. Let's get shit started.
Yeah, it's September, and the weather's a little bit cold outside, hence wearing long sleeve clothing.
Yeah. Around this time, I really don't know what to wear. Like, I'm wearing shorts, a rain jacket, winter coat, pants, everything, all in the same day, but you already could feel October baseball around the corner.
And today, September 2nd, we begin a series with the Houston Astros.
Boo.
Ooh, yeah, Boo is right.
Little, should I just say, yeah, against little Jose Altuve. Boo.
Ooh, trash bag, trash can.
Hold on. Now, since I just mentioned Jose Altuve, Yankee fans need to stop chanting F Altuve for everything, right? Even when he's not there or when he's there, every time they chant F Altuve, what does Altuve do? Bomb.
All right, so we got a special guest today. He's an actor, model, and a creator of a manga comic book series, Mount Valorous. And more importantly, he's a big Yankee fan. He's been in shows Power Book Ghost and Law and Order. Let's welcome to Pinstripes Uncensored, my guy, Jordan.
Yo, what's going on,
Go?
guys? What's up, CK? What's up, King of Pink Stripes?
What's up? How you doing?
Excited to
I'm
meet
good,
you.
guys.
Excited to
How's
have
it
you on the
going?
show. Excited to have you on the show. Yankees up on the wild cards. Talk Yanks, and let's talk about you too.
Let's get it, guys.
So you played college baseball at New England College,
Yes.
Boston Country. How's a Yankee fan survive up there?
We all kind of stick together. You know, on my first day moving in, my roommate was putting up like a Mets fathead. I was putting up a Yankees one at the same time. And then across the hall was like a bunch of like Red Sox fans. So first day was interesting to say the least. But all as Yankee fans, we stay together up north.
Okay. So you think your college baseball experience prepared you for what you're doing right now?
Of course. Playing college baseball is just like, a brotherhood. You travel on the road with your boys all the time. Just a bunch of guys like on the same mission. So college baseball for sure prepared me for what I'm doing today. The ups and downs, everything.
Okay.
So CK told me you were in Power Book Ghost. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, sir.
That's one of my favorite shows. So that's pretty awesome. So how was it like working in Power Book and also Law and Order?
Yeah, it's amazing. I worked on Power Book Ghost in season 2. At first, I was like an extra background, like in the students, in the classrooms. And then after a while, they kind of got tired. They wanted to see me more often. So they gave me a more permanent part. I was always in the classroom, or I was like a stand in for Michael Ealy's character, or Michael Rainey, which is Tariq. But it's really intense set. A lot of times I thought the guys on the set were kind of like mean, but they're always in character 24/7. It just shows you like the dedication to the craft they have. A lot of people think that acting you could just show up and like just do the part. When it takes preparation, just like a baseball player, there's like rehearsals, there's practices, and once you set up on set that day, like these people are like that person the whole time. So you can't take it personal if somebody looks at you with a scowl. They're just that locked into like their character and whatever they have to do that day.
What's your favorite Yankee team of all time, and which player made you a fan of the team?
My favorite Yankee team of all time probably be either '09 or the Subway Series Yankees. Of course, like many Yankee fans, Jeter was my guy. I remember going to a Yankees game as a kid, going on a school trip, and he just kind of like made eye contact with me. And from that moment on, I was like, yeah, like I love baseball. And just seeing like his swagger, like he was like the first guy wearing like Jordan baseball cleats, the wristbands, like the way his pants, like he was so cool to me. So I feel like Jeter is like a good entry for every Yankee fan, but low key as of lately, my favorite Yankee's been Jazz.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So what
Yeah.
about Jazz that you like?
Well, Jazz kind of reminds me of a New York baseball player. I played New York City baseball, so I'm used to guys having like extra swag, flair, like a little. People like say showing off, but it's just the game. I played baseball in like New England. I'm not saying that like New England baseball is like boring, but there's a difference between like New York City baseball and when you go to like somewhere else. New York City baseball, it's not frowned upon for you to like stare at your home run for like 10 seconds and around the bases. Even the pitcher's looking at you like, yo, you did what you had to do. So I feel like Jazz really embodies like New York City baseball.
So
Say again?
what you like about Derek Jeter? Since you
Oh, what do I like
mentioned
about
Jazz.
Jeter? So like I said, Jeter had a quiet confidence about him, but you can still see it. Like he has that X factor, like that Michael Jordan about him. Like doesn't like to lose. A lot of times people think Jeter was like this quiet, safe guy. Like no, low key Jeter, deep inside was Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. He just went about it a different way.
Do you think athletes back then and today they're pretty much different? I know I'm not gonna say that they don't care these days, but do you think back then it was just different? How you say animals when you come to when you mention Jordan, Jeter, Kobe Bryant? You think it's like a little difference today than athletes in the past?
I feel like they're the same. I just think social media has brought a whole different dynamic to how athletes live their lives on the field and off the field. I feel like back in the day, like an athlete would say something and then they can go home and just relax. Now it's like you go home and your phone's getting blown up by like all these different reporters. You're online looking at comments. So I feel like athletes are the same. It's just a bit more like back in the day, reclusive. Like you could go to the club after the game and only a couple people would talk about it because it wasn't social media where like they would post a picture and everyone could see you there. So I feel like guys are still the same. I feel like baseball used to be a bit more expressive even back in the 90s. And then like in the early 2000s, it got a little bit more conservative. And I feel like now we're seeing the resurgence of like the baseball player with, a personality or an attitude.
Okay, so you mentioned Jazz. I'm throwing it back to Mount Valorous now. The
Uh-huh.
main cat.
I
I
got to
don't
get
want
you
to
the new
give.
book, bro.
You do, but the main character. I don't give too much away, but the main character, Jaden Harris. I think a good
Uh-huh.
MLB comp for him could be Jazz. What do you think
I
about
think
that?
so. So Jaden has pure passion for the sport of baseball. Even though he starts off as like not a good player, he knows deep inside that he's insanely talented. For some reason, he just can't perform when it's time. And I feel like that's like a feeling that a lot of athletes can relate to. You kill it in practice, you're doing all these drills, and then when the game happens, it's like you freeze up. So Jaden has this, a cocky attitude, but at the same time, it's like deep down, this is like pure, genuine love for the game. So I got to get you the new book, CK, with the new cover.
That's fire. What do you think?
They
That's
have
fire
this
right
thing
there.
called,
No, it
in
is.
baseball, there's like a 5-tool player.
Mhm.
And only one player in the history of this book series has been the legendary 5-tool player. So to unlock your tools, you have to have like a certain level of mastery of each tool, whether it be your throwing arm, power, speed. So Jaden right now feels like he can be the next legendary 5-tool player without giving too much away. But there are other players who are also striving for the same goal.
What was the process like?
So around like 2014, 2015, we're on a road trip to Maine, coming from New Hampshire. and our bus got caught like in a snowstorm. So we were like a lot of downtime. And I had a dream, and I had like baseball powers. And I was like, yo, this would be so cool as a cartoon or an anime. I woke up from the sleep and I just started writing. After the time goes by, like you have real life stuff. You're going to work every day. Like you don't have time to really work on your passions. COVID happens, and we finally have some time to reset and kind of get back to our roots as people. And I open up my computer and I find the script of like the story that I wrote so long ago. And I'm reading it and I'm like, this is good. So it was time to rebirth it and give it new life. And that's how Mount Valorous exists today.
All right, let's throw back to the Yankees. What's your current state of the team right now, and what are your expectations?
So this Yankee team is a bit weird. In past years, Yankee teams would like lose to bad teams and beat good teams. I feel like this team is the exact kind of opposite, where we are beating the team we're supposed to beat, but we're losing to like the good teams. The thing about this Yankee team is that there's talent littered throughout the entire major league roster. You have studs at every single position. There's no reason why the Yankees should not be beating the good teams as well. I just feel like sometimes there's a bit of a hangover effect sometimes going from game to game, and a lot of guys kind of sit around waiting for the next guy to do what he's supposed to do. That happens on every level of baseball. But with this team, they're just too good to not be dominating not just the bad teams, but also beating the good teams. And it really starts with like, we got to get Stan out of the outfield. It's more of like a ticking time bomb. Yes, he's good out there, and he was great when he was on the Marlins. But at the same time, you want to get Judge back out there as soon as possible. I feel like we're just one game away from like something happening, and this final stretch can get blown apart easily. So we need to get him out of the outfield as soon as possible. I still think we should keep him in there once a day because Judge's arm is something that you don't want to drag into next year. But we need to seriously limit his time out there, and that's why I think this roster is so talented up to bottom, where it's like we don't have to play him out there every day.
What is your favorite Yankee moment of all time?
Oh, it's gotta be. You see, I feel like guys are not gonna like this, but the reason this
Oh,
memory is so close to me is because I was with my dad when this happened. It was when Aaron Boone hit the home run against Tim Wakefield.
I
So
can go. With that.
no, wait. It's a good moment.
Yes,
it
it's a good
is.
moment.
Yes,
It is.
I as a lot of Yankee fans that hates Aaron Boone, but to keep it real, that moment was special.
Hmm.
It was. I remember it was a school night, and I had stayed up way later than I was supposed to stay up. Me and my dad were kind of just looking at each other, like, because my mom was like, "You need to go to bed. You have school in the morning," and he's like, "All right, yeah, I'm gonna put Jordan to bed." And then he kind of looks at me. He's like, "Yeah, let's go finish watching this game." So when it happened, the whole house kind of just erupted because, like, low key, my mom was even watching the game, just not with us. But like when it happened, I feel like we probably woke up the whole neighborhood who was also watching the game. But it was such a long fought like battle. So for it to end that way was just very like cinematic. And then you see Mariano like on the mound like crying, and then like you see Jeter come from the dugout. It was just like it was a movie. It was a movie.
All right, so through talking to you, I also know that you're a big anime fan too.
Yes.
Which Yankee do you think is built like an anime character, or
I
would
don't
be
want
good in
to,
the anime series?
I don't want to spam the jazz button, so I'm going to say Trent Grisham.
Ooh.
Trent Grisham would be an awesome main character because of how like low key he is. He kind of reminds me of Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling, where like he's just so cool but like quiet. Like you see his handshake with Judge, like that guy is just like I said, quiet assassin.
He
Yeah,
was a
Trent
quiet
I'm a
Grisham is
big
my
Trent Grisham fan.
Trent Grisham is my favorite player.
Yes.
And speaking of the main character, I think he's the main character as of late.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like Trent Grisham is who we thought that like Aaron Hicks was going to be.
Ooh,
Oh
Like when we made
yeah,
that signing,
okay.
we thought that he was going to be Trent Grisham.
yeah. I never thought of it that way. That's actually a good way of putting it.
And the good
See,
thing about
Kate,
Trent Grisham, and like when it comes to anime, is that like if you look at his career numbers, they aren't that great. But he
Mhm.
knows that like I could have done, like I'm capable of this. So that's what I really
Trent
like about
Grisham
Trent
was a
Grisham is that like,
Trent Grisham.
yeah, he knows I could have done this a long time ago, but it just happened to come out this year.
Trent Grisham was actually a first-round pick.
Exactly.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I actually wanted Trent Grisham gone at the trade deadline. I'm being a lot of crow for that now. So
That's okay, bro. Like we're all human beings. Like nobody is like immune from like making a bad choice.
yeah. This
And I was
guy
the
all
only
along one.
the whole time I've been a Trent Grisham fan since day one. Even when he was in San Diego,
Uh-huh.
always liked him. Now he's here proving people wrong, like CK
Yeah.
over here. So hope he continues, and hopefully he gets signed after this season.
It's gonna be tough, bro. A lot of teams are gonna be throwing the bag at Trent this offseason. So of course
agree.
I want to retain him, but if we lose him, like I really can't like feel bad for the guy. He's earned this.
You know who I think would be a good anime character, low key?
Let me hear it.
Cam Schlittler, 6'7",
I think so
throws
too.
heat, not even throws heat, like throws a nasty curveball too.
Mm-hmm. Cam is a silent assassin too.
Yeah. Bring back Cam Schlittler though. Who would be your top 3 pitchers going into October?
All right, so obviously we got Max. I think Max needs a week off, to be honest. But with the current, like the way the race is shaping up, we can't afford to give him a week off. But I think he could really benefit from a week off. So you gotta go Cam, Carlos, and then Max. Not in that order. I would go Max, Carlos, Cam.
First, yeah.
But yeah, those are our guys right now.
Can see that.
Those people
So-
are Luis Hill though.
He did okay on Sunday. Yeah,
He did okay, guys. The tough thing about like when you're coming back from an injury is like you're really still trying to figure it out. So that's why I want a lot of Yankees fans to kind of curb their expectations at Garrett Cole next year, because the first year coming off an injury, you're usually still not as sharp as you were before that. So I think Luis can also like, just figure it out and be the same pitcher he was last year. Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Perfect.
So CK said I should ask this question. So
Okay.
how was meeting Big Papi? As you know, Big Papi and the Yankees, yeah,
Yeah.
good guy, but
I feel like I'll give you the story, okay? It was my birthday weekend, and I was in Foxwoods. And, have you ever been to Foxwoods? Foxwoods is like, main stage, and there's like a VIP section like on the sides. And I'm in the VIP section for my birthday, and my friends are here. And then I just see like this, this big guy, and he's like trying to come to the section. At first, I'm thinking it's like, what do we do wrong? And then I'm like, yo, that's David Ortiz. So like at that moment, any feeling of like being a Yankee fan kind of went away, and I was just a baseball fan at that point, because Yankee fan or not, you can't deny that David Ortiz is a baseball legend. And he couldn't have been the nicest guy, Brand. Like he went and bought me and my friends drinks. He said happy birthday, and he was doing a commercial for the casino. But he's just a bigger, like he's kind of like Shaq. He reminds me of Shaquille O'Neal. Great personality, great guy. And then I also had to remind him, I was like, you just bought drinks for a Yankee fan, right? And he goes, it's okay. This is like payback for all, like, the home runs and whatnot. But David Ortiz is a great guy. Nothing bad to say about David.
All right, speaking of another larger-than-life store character, you helped out with CC Sabathia's pitch foundation, I want to say. What was that like, and what was it like meeting CC? We both met CC, and we both like him.
Yeah, man.
Both like
I mean, like you guys know, CC is a great guy. CC, he was doing this was during the COVID times again, like COVID relief, and as funny as a Yankee fan, like obviously CC is, but when you greet him, he greets you like someone who was like a normal person. Him and his wife, they come up and it's like, hey, I'm Amber Sabathia, I'm CC Sabathia, and I'm like, obviously. But they're super nice. they told me, encouraged me to continue my brand. And I've actually got to volunteer a few times with their foundation. So just all around, like, great people. They're like, New Yorkers now. They've kind of like committed to being here. A lot of people move back to like their hometowns after their playing days are over, but they've kind of made a home here, like in New York City area. And, there's incredible people always giving back to the community any way they can. And I always, wish well of them.
All right. So wait, you want to go or you want me to go? Okay, I'll go. So you appeared on Power Book Ghost to Law and Order. How'd you break into acting?
So my parents actually met like on a film set. My mom casted my dad in a movie. So growing up, I was always around like acting and film, but it wasn't the life for me. If you ever want to get a kid to like not like acting or like film production, you take them to a film set when they're really young, because minimum you're there for like about 13, 14 hours. So as a kid, I'm like, I want to go home. So I wanted nothing to do with like acting or film. And then around like my senior year of like high school, for some reason my personality kind of just developed, and I just became more of like a social person. People were like, oh, you'd be like a good actor. So when I got to college, I decided to major in theater. And I did a couple of shows, but I got kicked out of the theater program. I was there to play baseball. So their rule was you had to do a certain amount of shows per semester. And I couldn't, commit to that because I was there playing baseball. But I was still always around the theater department. I would go still support their shows. But when I came back to New York, I went on my first audition. I got the part. I did a Subway commercial, a Bud Light commercial too. And then from there, it kind of just snowballed into being on ads for like Five Below. And then I'm on American Horror Story with like Kim Kardashian. It's just like, it's really sometimes crazy to look back and see like where I started, because I used to be extremely shy as a kid. Like you couldn't pay me money to perform, talk to people in public. I was just extremely shy. But again, like my main character in my book, you just always know that deep down you're capable of doing this. It's just developing the talent or developing the personality, like just the steps of doing what you want to do.
So you act, you were in commercials, red carpets. Can you comic books? Can you see CK and I in one of those?
Yes.
How can we get on
I
red
think you guys can
carpets,
be.
acting, everything? We want to be in everything.
Well, I could give you guys probably a sneak peek into Mount Valorous 3. Every team has obviously like a podcast, and I can see you guys being the main character of the podcast for the Mount Valorous team, and then
Let's do it.
possibly getting some voice acting roles in the Mount Valorous anime.
Ooh, that'd
I'm
be dope.
I'm here. I'm here for it. Anything that has to do with baseball or just anything to help out, someone like you, it would be our honor to do.
It'd
100%,
be an honor to
100%.
have you guys be characters in my book.
I would love that.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
We have to make it happen.
All right, so you've been on iconic shows, Law and Order, Powerbook Ghost, like we mentioned. Is there any like behind the scenes like stuff that you'd like to share with us that happened?
Oh,
Like funny
sure.
or memorable?
So I just finished working on a movie with Denzel, Spike Lee, and Jeffrey Wright, and one of the characters in that movie is ASAP Rocky. And ASAP is
Like
a
it.
good actor, but every single day Denzel was killing it, like straight up like Denzel being Denzel. One day we were filming a scene where like they had like a confrontation, ASAP and Denzel, and it was a really long day. And Denzel kind of just like, he had been working a long day that day. He was kind of tired, and he didn't have it that night. Rare. The next day when we showed up, when I say Denzel was 10 out of 10, Denzel, his his ad libs, like his like he's just, it was so good. Not that he didn't like, it was bad that he didn't follow the script. He just brought on this new life to the character. You can tell that like he slept that night and dreamt about what he was gonna do the next day. So Denzel is a master improvisation guy. Like he's just a dream to work with. And Denzel is from the same hometown as I am, Mount Vernon. So to get to work with Denzel was just, a full circle moment. And when I say like Spike Lee's the reason I'm alive, my parents met on the Spike Lee movie. So to see Denzel, Spike Lee is just a full circle moment for myself. So yeah.
Who is someone that you saw in person and you were pretty much starstruck?
It had to be Denzel or Spike Lee,
Okay.
because what happens is when I first got on that job, it was really it was secret. They didn't tell me who it was going to be for, anything like that. But then I hear these two extremely distinct voices. Like I'm in the waiting room, the green room, and I'm like, I know that's not who I think it is. And I work with, like I said, Kim Kardashian, like Michael Ealy, but I never got starstruck until I saw Denzel and Spike Lee in person. And all I can see is these are two people that my parents have spoken about my entire life. I see photos of my mom and Spike Lee. I see my dad in movies with Denzel. So to see them in person is kind of I can't believe it.
So Spike Lee is a big Knicks fan,
Yes.
Yankee fan, sports fan. Other than the Yankees, do you like any other sports? And if so, what's your favorite team?
Um, I mean, admitted so. I had to take a break from the Jets, man. I had to take a long break from the Jets. My dad has introduced me to good sports teams like the Knicks and Yankees. He kind of failed me with being a Jets fan. I was a big Jets fan, especially when the Rex Ryan days. I liked his bravado, but I had to take a break from the Jets, man. It was too embarrassing, especially going to school in New England and everyone being Patriot fans. I take a break.
Yeah, we're both Giants fans here, so smart move
Yeah.
on
I
your
know.
part.
So we had some good moments, went downhill from there, but it's looking like it's going to go up here from this year and on.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I had to claim you guys a few times, especially going back and forth with these New England fans. I had to be like, well, the Giants to kind of, do what they had
There
to
you
do.
go.
So I appreciate you guys.
Sure. All right, let's dive back to Mount Valorous. If
Mhm.
Mount Valorous were being a movie, who would play? Which actor would play Jaden Harris?
I would have to say, I would low-key probably say Jaden Smith.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
younger guy.
I would say Jaden Smith. I think Jaden is a cool guy. Similarly, the plot point of Mount Valorous is that Jaden, my character Jaden, his dad was one of the greatest players of all time,
Mm-hmm.
and he had some off-field drama that kind of derailed his career. So when you look at Jaden Smith, his dad is one of the most popular actors of all time, but at the same time he has to carve his own path and show that he's actually talented, similar to actual Jaden Smith, who was actually talented. So I say their career paths kind of mirror each other in somewhat. For the dad,
I was good.
mhm.
No,
Now go
you go
for it,
ahead.
CK.
I had a choice of an actor who I was thinking. I was
No,
thinking
CK, go for it.
on the professional level, Michael B. Jordan. I know he's a big anime fan, so I think Michael B.
He
Jordan would be a
is,
good choice.
but he kind of irked me a little bit.
Oh,
I think
we
he
gotta
was
hear
talking about
this.
Naruto one time, and he pronounced Naruto. It was so long ago, I forgot how he said it. But once he said that, it kind of come on, Michael B. Jordan. This is one of the most popular shows ever, and you keep saying
Yeah.
I forgot how he said it, but I kind of deleted it from my memory because But I can see Michael B. Jordan also being in Mount Valorous. I would give him the role of the dad, actually.
Okay.
What's your favorite movie of all time? Of all
Favorite
time,
movie of
like
all time.
that you could watch at least twice, 3 times a day without getting bored.
Probably Rush Hour, the first one, or Sandlot.
Yes. Yeah, good choices. Great choices.
That's a
Rush
good
Hour
choice.
is so it's hilarious, but the first one is so cinematically perfect. The way it's shot, it has a little touch of grain
Mm-hmm.
on it because that's how a lot of films were filmed back then. But it's the perfect combination of this is good camera work. It's also this is hilarious. So yeah, I love Rush Hour.
All right, let's tie back to the Yankees now. So, end of
Yeah.
the season, you're Brian Cashman. Which free agent are you signing first?
You see, I feel like a lot of Yankees fans, we have been spoiled throughout the years where we expect every single guy to be ours. But I'm really the only change I would like to make is it's got to be either at third base or I hate to say it, shortstop.
Let's go.
I
All right,
think
wait,
this
wait.
year,
I'm not gonna
huh?
celebrate because then I'm gonna get killed for it. So you could just keep explaining yourself.
I think Caballero will be our starting shortstop next year, opening day. That's my prediction.
Ooh.
Dang.
I think a lot of Yankee
We
fans
got
would
him
agree with that.
for that reason.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
Brian has a tough job. He has to predict the future, and sometimes, yeah, we get some duds, but he has made a lot of good moves when you think about it. Like we've had a lot of hits on relievers, and a lot of good plugs in position players, whether it be like famously like Didi. We got Jazz. I think Caballero was like a good safety piece to get.
Mhm.
And I feel bad because like Anthony Volpe really has all the tools to be a major league shortstop. He has the athleticism.
Yes.
Um, he has bad footwork at the position of shortstop. And you really just want someone to be solid, make the good, like just make the plays. And I think that because of his lack of arm strength, sometimes he gets caught on his back foot. When your arm is not that strong, you really want to have good footwork and have your body going toward first base. He stays back on baseballs like he has Ellie De La Cruz's arm. I mean, he just obviously does not. So I would like to see Caballero probably get more of an opportunity, and I want to make a big splash at third base.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah.
so
I was hoping. Go ahead. I
you
can't
ever
go.
thought about being our manager?
Say that
Because
again.
I said, you ever thought about being a Yankees manager or GM? Because you're just dropping bars right now.
I kind of like I said, I understand it's a tough job, but sometimes this couple of answers are pretty obvious.
I was hoping you would say resign Belly and a certain relief pitcher. You know how I want back.
I know you want back, bro.
Yeah.
I would put Belly re-signing as top priority.
Mm-hmm.
Top priority. He's too valuable either offensively, also defensively, where he can play first base or outfield, corner position, center field. Like it's not easy to do. And also, he's extremely fast. Good bat to ball skills. Like you can just tell that as a baseball player, he just kind of reached his like mature age as a baseball player, where he doesn't have to just hit home runs. Like, all right, 2 strikes, I'm gonna just put the ball in play. So I think Belly re-signing is priority number one.
You can bat him anywhere like 1 to like 5 too. So
Say that again.
you can bat him anywhere from lead off to like the fifth
Oh,
spot too.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Swiss Army tool for sure.
And speaking of
When it
the
comes to
relief
Luke,
pitcher, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
I love Luke.
Yes.
I love Luke's personality.
Yes.
That has also been Brian Cashman's strong part is resigning relievers and finding relievers. So I want Luke back, but if God forbid we don't get Luke back, I have faith in Brian Cashman to find someone who is also gonna fill that spot. But now let's bring Luke back 100%.
Okay.
Luke Weaver, he's the best.
Yes.
If we don't re-sign him, it's gonna be pretty sad. It's not
It
gonna.
is.
Especially for me.
I don't even want to think about that because
Nah, man,
No,
he's
I
a great
don't.
guy.
he's such a great guy. I love everything about him. He's like a
Russia's Jungle
kid.
Cat.
Yeah.
And then when you see him like the way he is off the field, on the field, he's different. That
100%.
laser focus, and I love everything about him. So hopefully they could work out some deal.
Yeah, man.
That's why he's
He
the ferocious
embodies.
Jungle Cat.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's a pitcher. Pitchers are a little bit off in the head in a good way. Like Luke
Yeah.
is, you see his personality. Once he gets on the mound, it's like an alter ego takes over. This guy is like a beast. So, yeah, he's a pitcher.
Did you see Fernando Cruz's face? I don't know if you got
Yes.
to see it. So he's a little off,
Yeah.
if like you mentioned.
I mean, you want, especially your relievers. You want your starters to be a bit more like, here, relievers, they have to have that type of mentality because it's really like, I don't know, like you are the guy to clean up the mess. You got to have alter ego out there.
All right. Speaking of Luke and big personalities, which Yankee do you think would make a great actor?
A great actor. John Carlos Stanton.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Stanton. I mean, earlier in Stanton's career, he was all about it. Commercials. As he's gotten older, he's kind of a bit more reclusive, but that personality is still there. I mean, you can see from his old tweets. He's a funny guy, so I think Stan would be a great actor. I think honestly, I could see him playing like a James Bond type role. I think he'd be
Yeah.
a good
Wow.
actor.
So when you was talking about Michael B. Jordan, that he kind of rubbed you the wrong way, right? Staten pissed me off when he was eating the damn Kit Kats all in one bite. Like that pissed me off. You gotta break it piece by piece.
Yeah,
Till today, I'm still pissed off about that.
you need a guy that will stir the pot a little bit.
I think Stan would be a good choice of actor because he's the one that told people, do not wear that AL champion ring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
something I like a lot about this Yankee team is how diverse they are in terms of
Yes.
personality, ethnicity, color-wise. Like this Yankee team has it all. You have your quiet leaders, you have your outspoken guys, you have your swaggy guys, you have your sort of like a chaperone guy, more like a Garrett Cole, even though he's like not playing this year, but still like this team is extremely diverse, and I like that about this team. You have your Paul Goldschmidt, like just the contrast of like Paul Goldschmidt and Jazz next to each other makes me laugh every single time.
And make it work, and they seem to both get along too.
Yeah.
Bro, especially when they hit like back to back in the order, because like Jazz will get pissed off like on a bad call, then you would just see Paul like, "Calm down, Jazz, calm down."
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
mix on this team.
It's a great bunch.
It's a good one.
It is.
All right, you're at a game Yankee Stadium. What's your routine like, and what food are you getting at Yankee Stadium?
So I haven't been to a Yankee game in about a year now. Just because of like schedule reasons, things happen, especially during the summertime. It's a busy season for like film, but I still want to try that 99 burger.
That's my favorite.
Have you guys
That's
had
my
it?
favorite meal. That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
I
Yeah.
had it. I ate it twice. I give it, I think, 8 out of 10.
I
My
give
opinion.
8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. It looks really good online, so I definitely want to try that out. Sometimes I really just want to relax as a watch a Yankee game, but I'm always there watching it as like still in the mindset of a baseball player. So I would like to just hang out with the bleacher creatures sometimes, but I'm really just watching because I just love baseball, man. So like I'm always studying the game, finding out like what I can put in my books. So any like baseball chatter that's happening in the crowd, I'm like thinking like, all right, how can we incorporate this into the next issue of Mount Valorous? Because not only do I want to make a good book for like baseball players, I also want it to be an entryway of like how people can get into the sport of baseball and how I can teach baseball in the book. So like an anime fan, the same way other animes like Blue Lock has gotten me into like soccer. Because before I wasn't much into soccer, but after watching like Blue Lock, I'm like, yo, I want to watch and play soccer. So I want Mount Valorous to be that same thing. So going to the stadium, I want it to feel like you're going to Yankee Stadium when you read Mount Valorous.
Okay.
So you mentioned sitting in the bleachers with the bleacher creatures. Will it be your first time, or have you been there before?
I was there for A-Rod's 3000 hit. I was in the bleacher creatures. That's the last time I was
Okay.
there. So I'd like to go back. There's been a turnover of Yankee fans that's in the
Okay.
bleachers now. So I'd like to be out there for the new wave of bleacher creatures.
So if you ever want to go, you ever want to be included, in the roll call and everything, let me know and I could reach out to someone about it.
Yeah, I'd love to be.
Mark is like he's like the, I say, leader
Roll call guy.
of like
Roll call guy.
the main roll call guy. So I could reach out, make it happen.
For
No,
sure.
I'm with that. I'm gonna be. I think my Yankee attendance record is about maybe 12-1, to be honest.
Whoa.
So-
We need.
Wait,
we
12
need.
and
We need.
1?
Get out there.
Yeah, we need you to come out
I think we're
more.
12-1.
Wait.
We can
12
check my
and 1 you
ballpark
said?
out for that. Yes.
Nah. what are you doing over there? You gotta come this way. You gotta you gotta be in the stadium.
Yo,
We need you
and
then. If it's like that, then we
the
need
one
you.
loss was in Fenway.
Oh, in Fenway?
So yeah, the one loss of me being at tennis for Yankee game was at that wild card game in Fenway.
Gotcha.
So at Yankee Stadium, knock on wood, right now. We're 12-0.
Okay. That's okay. We
All
wanna
right, so
just
yeah, we're 40 minutes in. I don't know how much time you want to have with us. Yeah, time for
I just want to show off
maybe
one more thing.
two more
One
questions.
more thing.
mhm.
I got to get my guy Oswald Cabrera a Mount Valorous baseball glove. He's got to have this. This is I
We
made this
could
glove
kind of.
specifically for him.
we
So
could
if you're
we,
listening, Oswald, you got to get this, bro.
we could give it to Cabrera. We
Yeah,
We could
got
make.
you.
We could kind of make it
We
happen. We have
we could make it
kind of a
I made
happen.
connection.
this.
We have a
I made
connection
this
through
for him.
Oswald.
All right, so take it away. What would you like to say? Because I'm gonna post this up. He can hear it. So
Oh, pretty much, bro. I'm looking for baseball players who embody like what I think is a good baseball player. And when I'm looking at athletes and I see how he is, like he's just extremely nice guy. He's actually in my community sometimes in Mount Vernon helping out. So I just haven't had a time to run into him, but I'm super appreciative of like all the stuff he does in the community. So I would really love to gift this to him, and I made this with him in mind. And I see that he's a ball player that I would love to have in Mount Valorous baseball glove. So shout out to you, man.
so CK knows I say this 24/7, especially when people ask me. I'm like Cabrera. He's one of my favorite people, humans, and on this planet. Like he's
Mhm.
just different. That is someone
Yeah, man.
that I look up to, and I'm like, I want to be like that.
Yeah, man. Like just always out there doing like community work when he doesn't have to be doing that. He does. A couple players do it a few days out of the week. I mean, out of the year. Like he would do this every day, and I see that in him. I haven't met him in person, but I see that from him.
If you go to meet and greets, a lot of these players, these athletes, they sitting down, signing, meeting the fans. He stands up the entire event,
Hmm.
hugging and meeting
Yes.
the fans. And
Mhm.
Yeah,
CK could tell you the whole entire time he does not sit once.
No.
yeah,
And it's not just like a how are you doing? Just he gets to know you
Yes.
like
yeah,
he takes being a professional like class act of a professional athlete to another level. Like
hmm,
I don't think any other athlete could top that. Like he is by far like nicest pro athlete I've ever met.
Yeah.
And if you meet him once, he'll remember you too. So
He'll remember you
yeah,
later on. Yep.
like you could be a year apart, he'll still remember you.
yeah. That's awesome, man.
So
All right,
we
so we got
definitely
to make that
got
happen.
yeah, we
No, for
definitely have to
sure.
make that happen.
Yeah.
And I gotta give
We
a
got
shout out to
good.
a big shout out to James Rosen. James Rosen is the current hitting coach of the Yankees, also
Mhm.
from my hometown. Great guy. If you meet him in person, also will like sit down and talk baseball with you for hours, and also will remember you. So shout out to you, James, too. Mount Vernon is very extremely proud of you, and will always support you.
James, fun fact: James Rosen, I think, was Aaron Judge's hitting coach in the minor leagues, and I think Jazz's hitting coach at the time in
Hmm.
Miami, I believe so.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have any projects coming up that you'd like to let our fans know?
I'm going to Japan soon to work on my Valorous 3.
Ooh, wow! You were there
Um,
last year too, and you played some ball. I saw that.
yeah. Hmm.
So, what's that experience like? Actually, before we go, now you just brought that up.
Sometimes being an artist, you have to go like sometimes extreme to like switch your mindset sometimes. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, of course, New York is the most like diverse place in the world, but sometimes even New York can become a bit repetitive. So you got to go somewhere sometimes to like just unlock a different, part of your brain, just put your brain at ease. And I was able to write the whole Mount Valorous 2 in Japan last year. So I was so happy how Mount Valorous 2 came out that I was like, we got to write Mount Valorous 3 also in Japan. So I'll be going there in November. And also, just looking to spread my brand out there. not only do I like making like baseball, like, books and art, equipment is also a huge like part of my brand. So going to Japan last year, just seeing like the gloves they use and how they're different than an American glove, and taking what I like from both gloves and making like an actual baseball glove. So Japan is awesome, man. I encourage anyone, if you can, visit Japan. It will really like be one of those trips in your life that like enlightens you. It's just some of the nicest people you can meet. The food is great. They have a vast appreciation for art, and baseball is the most popular sport there. So I would, recommend anyone, if you love baseball, art, food, go to Japan.
So while you're at Japan, we Anthony and I have a small request. You got to recruit the newest Yankee and keep him away from the Dodgers.
Bro, I
Yeah,
tried to
seriously.
get Roki. I tried to get his Roki.
When you're out there, make a pitch. Speak to them. Go this way to the Yankees, not
Man,
the
like
Dodgers.
the Dodgers do such a good job of like just their presence there is just so known. Like from the minute you get off the airplane, everyone has on like Dodgers stuff. And if you have a Yankees thing on, it's more of like, yeah, you probably like baseball, but you're really there for the look. I have to go to the Dodgers in that regard, is that they really put good grassroots out there. So people coming up now are like, I want to be on the Dodgers. So I think the Yankees need to do a better job of like not just being like the Yankees globally, like just like the emblem. They need to do a better job at like putting grassroots down as like baseball roots in other places aside from like just here. Like you see Mookie Betts is going out there and doing like camps and whatnot. Definitely has like influence when guys are coming up and making choices like that. It could be 10, 15 years from now, but when it comes down to it, like there are going to be future superstars that see that and want to grow up to be like, I want to be a Dodger. So I think that the next Yankee manager, I really want it to be A-Rod, to be honest. A-Rod, extremely popular in Japan. I think A-Rod, Aaron Boone is a baseball player and has respected baseball players, but then you have A-Rod, who's like a global baseball icon. So I think he just commands a different type of respect around, baseball, around the baseball world.
A-Rod is my pick for the next manager.
Me too.
I'm okay
What
with
about you,
that.
CK?
I'm a big Willie Randolph guy. He's up there in age. I get it, but he's always around spring training. He's won here both as a player and a manager. My second choice would be Don Mattingly. Give him that ring that he deserves, hopefully. And the third choice,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead. The third choice
Oh, saying
is
CK. Do you remember
So-
when Don Mattingly was at the Yankees event and that lady was going crazy for seeing him?
I think yeah.
Bro, she was so excited to meet Don. Like, it was crazy. So, yeah,
That's awesome.
good choice.
And third choice, his son's in the minor leagues. He's the bench coach for the Tigers. He actually follows Anthony on Instagram.
Yeah,
George Lombard Sr.
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So Mount Valorous 3 coming out. Where can the people find you on Instagram, and where can they purchase the book?
All right, so on Instagram, it's at Mount Valorous, or you can follow my personal page at Jordan RH. Mount Valorous 2 will be going online probably around MLB playoff time. I'm working on like a special edition box right now, so you can find Mount Valorous 1 right now at mountvalorous.com.
Well, Jordan, it's been awesome talking to you. We're definitely gonna hopefully get a copy of Mount Valorous 2 in our hands, and I'm gonna be deeply invested in this book. And we look forward to more projects you got going and talking more baseball with you. And hopefully the Yankees get this 28th World Series.
Hey, I have faith in them, man.
All right, Jordan.
Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate it. You was amazing. I'm gonna follow you on Instagram now, and we could keep in touch with our little role in your project. So,
Bro,
Let's do
it's already in the making.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jordan. It's been a pleasure. We'll let you go and keep up the good work, and we'll be following every step of your way.
Yeah,
Thanks for
sure.
having me on, guys. Appreciate
All
it.
right. Have a good
See
one.
ya.
Peace. Go Yanks.
Go Yanks.
Well, episode 18 been a blast. Shout out to Jordan. That's the homie right there, man. Killed it. Go follow him on Instagram. Purchase Mount Valorous, like I said. Stay tuned for episode 19. And go Yanks as always. Let's get that 28th World Series and take over the AL.
Go Yanks. Let's go.